Hello everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. Today I'm finally getting to use my new rosy paper, and this is such a gorgeous, fun, easy, single-sided paper album. Now this is quick and I wanted to figure out a way because my paper is single-sided and I know so many of you are always requesting single-sided paper. So this can be a shaker, doesn't have to be, and you'll see where I kind of modified it. So don't be, I know some of you don't like shakers, but you know, always a way to just modify that. And then as you can see, it's just a really beautiful pocket album. And these little butterflies, I thought they were plastic. They're this acetate paper and they are so flexible and fun to use. I'm just like obsessed with them. I knew these had to be in the album. So as you can see, I have 3 pockets here and I've created different pages for each of them. And then I actually have a pocket on the back. And you know, because when you have single-sided paper and you're doing an album, if you open it, it's going to be white. So I wanted to fix that, and you even see a little white here. That doesn't have to be there. You can actually keep your pattern there, but I just want to show you what I did just to make my album a little bit easier. So this is going to be so simple, you guys. All right, grab your scoreboard, and we are going to grab a 9x9 sheet of paper. Okay, so let me see here. What we're going to do is we're going to score it at 4.5 inches. Now, mind you, use a print that's really forgiving when you're folding your patterns, because you don't want some of your print to be upside down. Just make sure you have the print in a foldable way. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So I just scored at 4.5 inches, and I'm going to fold it right here. And this is actually going to be our cover and the inside. We're going to actually have some more scores. I'm going to show you the trick. So make sure that, you know, the covers, you know, got the print or whatever, whichever way you want to do it. So this is kind of forgiving because some are upside down, some are, you know, the other way. So it really doesn't matter which way it's going to be. So, okay, once you do that, go ahead and open it back up and, you know, just turn your paper around. And now we're going to score it at 3.5 and 5.5 inches. Sorry, my writing was very sloppy. So again, I'm just going to say it so you guys know it's going to be 3.5 and 5.5 inches. And I'll show you the little trick that I did here. Okay, so we're going to have this little score here, and it just look at the way your paper is. So we're going to actually fold this up. So if I was going to do my paper, you could see that it would have that all the prints, but that's not what I'm doing, because I feel like when you're doing this with your paper, it gets a little wonky. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this piece out right here. Again, you have the option, you can leave it, but I just feel like it's a cleaner fold this way, and that's why I'm cutting this piece out. And I may have to trim this up. It just depends how I cut on top of my lines. Okay, so you can see how I'm kind of getting my album. And see, you can see that's already overlapping. So it's okay if you have to go and like trim it a bit, just so because you don't want these pages to fold into your score line. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this score. So we'll see, this one is already kind of folding. Let me just trim this up just a little bit. It's just hard to see when I'm filming, so my head's not in front of the camera. Okay, and I'm going to fold this score real quick, just to get out of the way, make sure this folds okay. And I'm going to fold that score. All right, so now we have our inside covers already. And this also makes it a little thicker if you're not using chipboard. So obviously my front cover, I am doing a shaker. And this is also an easy way to do a shaker too. So if you don't want to do a shaker, you can either just glue these down and call it a day and this be your inside cover, or you can make them both pockets. I'm going to do this side, the shaker. So you can run it through your die machine, or today I'm just gonna use a punch because it's easier. This is gonna be my little window. So it's gonna be the front right there. And this is just gonna be my pocket. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little notch right there. And I'm just gonna seal that up and get this out of the way. And again, if you don't want a pocket in the back, you can just make it go down. And you can already see it has a lot of stability already compared to like just it being the cover. So let me just hold that down. All right, so now let's go on to our little shaker. And I'm gonna show you how I do mine just to make it easier. Everyone does their shakers a bit different, but this is the easiest way for me personally. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open this up. And I'm gonna grab a piece of acetate. And what I'd like to do is just kind of measure this. And I'm gonna cut it because this is the size of the hole. And I'm gonna fold it. And it doesn't have to be perfect because no one's gonna see that. So I'm gonna fold mine. If you want, you can just cut them and tape it, but this is how I like to do it. So I'm going to take some tape and I will probably forward this part. Okay, and I'm just gonna seal that. And I'm gonna put my little sequins and things inside. Okay, and then what I like to do is you can tape it, but at this point, because I don't really need to do that, I'm just going to tape it on the top before I seal it. But you can tape it, it's just whatever you prefer. So I like to tape mine right here. And you could tape it all around or whatever, and then you can glue it. I'm just gonna tape my cover because it feels more secure when I have a shaker. So I like to do it like this. Okay, and then you can glue this or tape the rest of it. Okay, so I have just added some tape all around my edges right here. I didn't want you to watch me painfully do that. And now I'm just going to seal this up. And then you have your little shaker cover right here. So, and then we have this already sealed and this, and now you have your little cover. It's too easy for this. All right, so I'm going to add a, where's my thing at? I'm gonna add a chipboard frame to the front. So if you have a little tape or anything showing, this is gonna cover that up because I did end up making a little bit of tape overlapping, but that's just gonna hide it. So if you have a little chipboard frame, that's gonna do the trick. And I'm gonna add some flowers to my cover. I'm gonna use some foam tape. Sorry, I didn't mean to stick the tape right in front of the camera. I'm just gonna add that right here. And add another piece right behind it. I'm just gonna kind of go up a little bit. Actually, let me switch it. I don't want the leaf in the way, so I'm going to go this way. one more flower. But it's nice because this now has the cover inside and we didn't really have to do much. I think I'll put that right there. All right, so that looks really pretty and I'm gonna leave that. And let's do the inside pages really quick. The pocket pages, we're gonna use 3 4.5 by 8 sheets of paper. So I've just picked out 3 patterns here and we're gonna use them. I'm just gonna I am using the plain cover kind of in the front and so it doesn't really mess up your window. So if you have it, you don't want it to be too printy, but actually that doesn't show up too bad. Or just like the orange, and I kind of want the orange in there. I do kind of like the pink though, but I didn't want it to be too printy in the front. So I'm gonna just stack it up this way. Okay, and just put them down, one of your sheets down. Okay, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, at the 8-inch score, we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 4 inches, and 7.5 inches. Sorry if that was confusing. So 1/2 inch, 4, and 7.5. And this is going to give us our tab in our pocket. I didn't do the bottom because again, I just wanted this to be a really easy album. It doesn't matter which side you tuck in. But I'm going to leave this side as my tab to hang, and then I'm just going to fold this one in. So it looks like that. So you still have that wiggle room, but we have to glue the bottom. You can score the bottom if you want, but I just thought you guys would want something fun and easy. So I'm going to just add this here. And you can cut corner, chop that, but I just didn't. So I have it so that my tab has the print showing. And then I'm just going to thumb notch it. So I'm going to do it 3 times, and I will probably cut this out. Okay, so the magic is I've done 3 now, and now I'm just going to put them in order, and we're going to pop these bad boys inside. So again, you see how that's white? You could leave that piece on, but I'm telling you, it just folds easier this way. So you can tape this or glue it on. I'm just going to glue it on to make it quick. And I gave you quite a bit of space in here, so it won't be funky overlapping. So that's going to be the first pocket. And I'm just going to put the second one in there. Just so you can see, it's just that tab gluing down. And I'm going to take it again and just glue the last one down. This album is simple and so pretty. Doesn't it look like it took so much more time? So there it is. And now we get to decorate. It's a very easy album. I'm loving the tab trick instead of the accordion because we all know with the accordion, it's just, I feel like it's just a lot of work. Maybe others don't think that, but I definitely do. All right, and I'm just gonna take these just scraps that I had and just basically fold it. You can put tags in here or pictures. I'm just gonna show you kind of what I did. So I just kind of folded a paper and grab one of these little butterflies. And I only have 2 left of these small ones. So if you want it not to be stacked in a row so the butterflies aren't in each other's way, you can move your thumb notches. But I just placed it right there, and I love it, and you can just slide it out. since I only have 2 of these small ones left, I think I'm just going to put one in the front. I guess I could put a big one in the back. I don't know how the big one is going to look, but if it's too big, we can just take it off. It's still pretty. It's actually kind of neat because it goes stacked. It stacks up. And then inside, and by the way, you guys, these dies are just an amazing deal because in the States, I feel like we get like about 30, maybe 50, something like that, die cuts. But these packs have like 150, 175, and there's like duplicates of all of them. So it's amazing because when I do these tutorials, I can just like use it, you know, and for the tutorials as well. I'm going to leave the lettering off just so I can work on some of these things. And so many pretty flowers. Look at this. It's just like flowers and flowers for days. And you know what? I still don't want to use them. I still want to hoard them. So I'll just show you how I did some of my pages. Just kind of, I'm going to do them a little different. So we'll just kind of like wing it and go along. But I love the peach. And I think that would be nice together. I mean, the kit just makes it too easy to do. It's like I feel like I don't have to even do anything because it does it for me. Yeah, I really like that together. Hold on, just looking for some lettering. And there was so much to choose from. I didn't even know what to pick for the first project. But definitely obsessed with the hearts. And that's just gorgeous, just like that. I'm just going to leave that and go to the next page. And just kind of get inspired by my previous page. I'll probably just change everything up because I want to use different flowers to give you guys ideas on how you can change yours up as well. So my page may be a little short for that. So let's see. How can we improvise this one here? This is going to be it. A little yellow. I wanted some lettering. I can say making memories. Oops, it's a little crooked. I'm losing some lighting in here. The sun didn't want to come out for me. It literally, as soon as I sat down, the sun went away. I was like, what is going on? And by the way, we are looking for, I'm looking anyway, my husband's not, I'm looking for another house because I want more lighting in my room. And as I said, I want to do my kid channel and all that kind of stuff. And I just need more space and more lighting so I don't have to film at a certain time of day and all that kind of stuff. So that is so pretty, that one. Now what am I going to do around it? These little flowers are pretty. Just give you guys some different ideas. You can see I'm doing the complete opposite of what these were, but that's okay. I just like that to give you guys some more ideas of what to do. Oh, and also, don't forget, this right here is a back pocket. So I'm just going to slip something in there so you guys know there is in fact a pocket back there. And because I didn't have any butterflies, what you can do is just add, just take your double-sided foam tape and like in the notch, so you have something there, so they can just like pull it up, and you could even tuck it down just to give it that like effect right there. And some lettering right here. So just, that is the album, you guys. I hope you liked it. Look how pretty. So fun, so easy, and they're gonna literally think you spent a long time on this. And really, we didn't spend like maybe 20 minutes. And honestly, if you're in your room, it could even be quicker, especially if you're doing a shaker or if you're not. Just depends. So here are the lovely albums. I hope you guys like them. I think they just came out fabulous and such a fun project for the first Rosie studio project. All right, guys, I will link everything below, and I have a code now for Rosie Studio. It's Pink Strawberries, all in caps, and it's for 10% off. All right, guys, thank you so much.